close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
What's happening, guys? Hope you're all good. We are here. We're here for CPI. What's going on, everyone in the chat? WWWs. Hope you're all good. We are going to get onto the charts any second. And we're looking at the trade we took earlier, which you guys in the Discord saw. We're currently pushing down real nice. And because news is coming out in a second, I'm actually going to take... This is being filmed for the My Forex Funds Challenge, although I've got a couple of videos to come out before this one comes out. I'm actually going to take everything out now, which is an extra $25 on the account there, which is wonderful. So we are looking good on the challenge. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, because news is coming out, even though it's a USD news, it can make stuff go crazy. It could go in our favor or it could not, and I'd rather take that amount there, which was a beautiful trade. So anyway, thanks for everyone being in the Discord this morning, having a chat, showing your trades. It's super cool. I love seeing you guys catching them pips. And thank you for the likes already. So we're at 3. Lovely 60. That's what we're talking about. It's a nice day for you. So yeah, we got CPI news coming out. Let me know about music volume and stuff if we need to change that. It's probably a little bit loud, I'd say. There we go. Yeah, we got CPI news coming out in any moment now, really. We've got 4 minutes to go. So we're going to be looking at probably GBP USD and all our normal pairs that we like to look at. Doesn't mean we're going to be trading them today because CPI is quite a volatile move, and currently if we look down here we can see the forecast for what we could potentially be getting with the news coming out. And basically we've got a forecast of 4.1, which is obviously an inflation rate that's gone down, and obviously if inflation goes down, the USD is going to be stronger. Okay, so you're going to get more bang for your buck, so USD will likely be on the rise. We've also got core inflation, which is predicted to go down, and also inflation rate month on month to go down as well. So let's see how it goes. It's definitely risky. News is always risky. I'm never a big fan of the old news trading, to be quite honest. I've got my trade for the day. I traded the Euro GBP on Forex funds and on my personal account as well. So I've got my trade for the day. If we do find anything, of course, and anything does look insane, then that would be fantastic. I'm going to jump to gold real quick to look at this trade that some of you caught in the Discord. Absolutely stunning trade. A 30-minute entry would have been beautiful. I know some of you got a 15-minute entry. And the only thing that I didn't like is the fact that we didn't take out this fair value gap completely. But this candle here, this break of this candle's low here would have been a perfect entry, and prices melted down. Now this is a bit of an interesting sign, because if inflation does... Yeah, I know Slicksy, you got the 15-minute. That looked real nice. I'm sad I was too busy with the Euro GBP trade to get this one, but hey, sometimes you miss them, and that's fine. It's a bit like I couldn't trade yesterday. There were so many setups yesterday, it was like almost painful to look at them all. But yeah, basically what we've got is I've lost where I was going with that. Hold on. Yeah, so sorry, yeah, gold moving down like this could be a telltale sign that the news is going to come out positive for inflation. Because if inflation rates go down, then gold is likely going to go down too, because inflation, gold is a safe haven for inflation. So, you know, if there's high inflation, people like to buy a lot of gold, therefore we'll put the price up. If inflation goes down, then likely gold will go down. Obviously, this is premature to news. News is coming out in 2 minutes, so we'll have to see what gold does here. We are in an area of potential reaction. If we break below this low here, then we've made a change of character in this 30-minute trend on the way up, and price could potentially push down. There we go. Volume's coming in now. Again, guys, probably not going to take any trades even in the next sort of half an hour. We just have to see what's going on. Yeah, it's a demand area, exactly. Not the strongest demand area though, but we'll see. It's actually looking quite nice on this. Yeah, so you can see that it's indecisions happening right now. We're just basically, people are just waiting to see what's going to happen. Got 1 minute to go. There we go. Oh, look at that. Demand is bussing off there. Now, if you were in a risky trade day, you would have already got your first TP. Although the spreads are probably absolutely nuts right now. Spreads always go nuts on CPI. There we go. So yeah, news came out positive. Very good, even better than the forecast on some things. So that pushed gold down. Pushing gold up now. Wow. How's GBP USD doing? Yeah, so at supply zone. So this is an interesting area, guys. Okay, you can see this huge supply zone here. I also caught this trade this morning on GBP USD, which was super nice. I'll run through that in a second. We have got a beautiful looking supply zone here. Now let's see what price can do here. You just hit buyers and sellers stop loss. Exactly, that's why news is so crazy, man. See, it's completely creating confusion. It's taking people out down here. It's taking people out up here. It's doing all of that. Oh, so look, if I could have stayed in here, we would have probably come down to that demand zone down here, which I was targeting. But I'm glad I took that trade out, because it could have gone the other way, and we could have lost $25 for a break-even trade. So better to be safe than sorry, I say. So this area is interesting, okay, because look at this. This is an insane supply zone. Absolutely insane supply zone. This is one of the trades we had the other day from one of the videos coming up very soon, which you'll see. But this is just no white candles for about 15 candles or so. So this could potentially hold out, or it might not. But I think that what we're doing at the moment is we're going to liquidity grab off the top potentially, and then look to come down. I would wait for a confirmation before you enter on this. We had a liquidity grab below these lows, but I think we're just going to pop up above, and then we may look to come down. For me at the moment though, it's way too risky. There's still volume to come. Now if some of you were here the other day and I told you about that that crazy situation I had on US 30, where two of the things were out of whack, and I managed to like basically see into the future. This happened after CPI news, which currently at the moment is not the case. They're both oh yeah, they're both pretty pegged now. Yeah. Okay, so we've had a liquidity grab now, and prices is halting at this zone. All right. So remember, what's going to happen is if the pound is strong, then the if the USD is strong, then the pound is weak, right? So GBP against USD is going to go down. So this could be liquidity grab off the top of this insane supply zone, and then price could look to hold at this area and then turn down, because we have got a breaker structure. Okay, broken major structure. We've also got a demand zone down here. Ignore all this mess. This is literally back testing stuff I need to get rid of, really. Get rid of all this so it doesn't look so goppin'. Ooh. So let's see how it goes. I just need to put the stream out to Telegram as well. I don't have a huge... I just got a comment on the most recent video. It goes, "Too much light on your face, bruv. Do something about it." I will do something about it. I noticed that last time, actually. It's because I had a change of my camera and position and stuff. That is so funny. I'm going to reply to that. That was actually jokes. Oh no! Oh dear. Hopefully it didn't burn you too bad, man. That is, look at that. That is pure liquidity grabbage right there. So yeah, you see, now that we've pushed up, price is now pushing up. I've just got to take this phone call real quick. Give me 2 seconds. So guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just got to do something for my fiance real quick. Be right 2 seconds. Sorry to hear that 10%. Oh man, I run at 8 with my profits. Yeah, you got to get those stop losses on for news. Be right back. Yo, sorry about that, guys. Right, where were we? What were we looking at? GBP USD, weren't we? Right, yeah, let's just see how how this plays out for a bit. Obviously, this is a 30-minute demand supply zone. So if this 30-minute candle closes within the zone, then there's potential for me to look for trades after, but it's not going to be for at least half an hour to an hour, I would say. Just got to send this to someone. There we go. Right. How to calculate difference between candle on your broker and candle on TradingView. Price of candle. So if it depends on what broker you use. Biggest trader, welcome to the stream, by the way. Thanks for joining. It depends on what broker you use. Now, my private account is on 8cap. So all of my, if you go onto here and look for your symbol and then type in what you're looking for, you'll have all of the brokers here. Okay, there's quite a lot of them. You can run down, and maybe your broker is here, or maybe it's not. Not all of them are. So if you're on TradingView, and say let's you're using my Forex funds, which I know some of you are, you can't find a chart that matches up to my Forex funds on TradingView. At least I haven't found it, because it is Traders Capital Global or something like that, and they don't seem to be on there. So what I do is I just use my 8cap one, and then once I've marked out my positions, for example, let's go show you on the trade on Euro GBP we had today. Once I've marked out my positions, I'll just go on to my Forex funds, MetaTrader 4. I'll go onto the chart on there, and then I will match up the exact points on here with the prices on there, so I don't get caught out, because I did get caught out. And if you watch our most recent video on the My Forex Funds challenge, we actually did get nearly stopped out because we used the coordinates on here, but actually my Forex Funds had a lower stop, and therefore we actually got saved by that. So that was yeah, that was a good mistake to make, but one that won't be making again. Although maybe I think I make it in the next video, because I think we got 3 videos after that, and then including the one that we made today. So there'll be a new one coming out probably later on today or after the stream. Right. So yeah, we just kind of hate this price action. Just this, you know, there's not much going on. The best thing I can see right now is GBP USD holding in this area and potentially giving us an entry on the 30 or the 15-minute chart for a sell down. Save me as I watched the last video. Yeah, definitely a good mistake there. I think we had a couple of interesting videos after that, and now after the last 2 videos we are back on track and ahead of the game. So but that's how it goes, up and down, up and down. Yo, what's happening? How's it going, Rad? Okay, now interesting stuff. So I'm just going to get rid of this because it's annoying, and this because it's annoying me as well. I'm actually going to run through this trade with you guys in a minute. This is one I took this morning while I was out at a client's house, actually. I saw it lining up when I was just waiting outside, so I took it on my phone. Didn't post it anywhere because it was super early in the morning and I was still half asleep. But this is looking good, right, guys? So you can see that we've got this supply zone. This is just wonderful. Yeah, look at this crazy. That is just all supply in the market, breaking lots of structure, and we have a interesting demand zone down here that potentially price is going to visit. We obviously had news which is positive for the USD because inflation has gone down. Alright, so therefore we had a push down, we've had a liquidity grab off the top of that supply zone, and we've got 18 minutes for this candle to close below the zone. Let's have a look at the 15 minute. 15 minutes got 3 minutes or so, but I'll probably look to take this on the 30 minute, or maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how price goes, but this is probably the most interesting thing we've got right now. What's oil done? Not much. That was a good trade yesterday as well. Right, let me show you this GBP USD trade because it's actually a really nice setup. So it was actually a 15-minute trade, okay, And what we had is breakout of the overnight highs here. Okay, this is the Asia range. This is 6:30 candle finishes here. We then had this huge voluminous breakout. Okay, closing above the zone, and pretty much the same setup as we had for the Euro GBP trade. We then had a blue candle. Okay, a bearish candle which closed here. Didn't really want to make much of an advance down, and actually had a larger bottom wick than top. I then saw that price had respected this candle's low and broke this candle's high. Obviously, we have got strong bullish momentum. So I entered the trade on the 15-minute chart. Stop loss originally was down here to get our first 1-to-1 TP. Okay, and then what I did then is went down to the 5-minute chart, popped my stop loss below the candle which broke the high, which ended up being, where has it gone? I actually popped it below this candle here, sorry. And then price literally from there, because we entered here, just moved on up. So that was very nice. And then we got a nice stop out there. So that is actually wrong. We actually entered here on this candle here, but I popped it below this one. That's just basically the same thing. But it was a nice 2.38 risk to reward. So this is the thing that I mentioned in the Discord the other day, is with the breakout trade, the new, oh, let me get into new volume now. The new strategy of moving the stop loss to a smaller time frame, candle, because then what we're getting is a bit bigger, higher risk to reward. So I've back tested this relentlessly the last 2-3 weeks, and seen that it's incredibly profitable because we are now having less risk. So this 1-to-1 on this, I still use 1-to-1 on supply and demand, but with the breakout strategy, and I'll show you the one on oil which we had. It's the perfect example. Okay, so trade ended there. So we had breakout of Asia lows. Okay, now in a normal situation, the stop loss would be up here, right, for our 1-to-1. Okay, you can see 1-to-1 here. Breakout of the lows. So if we were to get something wrong, obviously we're going to lose out on 75 pips there. Price did go in our right direction, but you know, over a long period of time, that 1-to-1 can add up, and we're kind of up and back, up and back. So I decided to make it my goal to be able to try and increase the risk to reward on this through a few different ways of trying, but I found the best way is to drop down to the 5-minute chart. Okay, and then find the candle, the 5-minute candle, which broke the low of the 30 minutes, right? So this is, if I put on the 30-minute candle, hold on a sec, let me just cut time back so we don't get this skipping all the time. There we go. Right. So we can see that this is the 30-minute candle here. So I'll draw a line right on the bottom so we can see which candle broke below. And the candle which broke below was this candle right here. Okay, this one here. Flipped up bullish, flipped bearish, and then this was the candle that broke the low. Okay, so my stop loss is going to go above there now, and then that gives us a 2.5 risk to reward as opposed to a 1-to-1. And usually when this candle breaks the low, that is the start of the high volume, and usually it will go down. Not every time, and sometimes I have had it where I've lost and then the trade has gone in the right direction. But in the long run, even if you do lose those trades, you're only losing a very small amount. You can always look to re-enter, but in the long run, this works out more than it doesn't work out. So it's looking good. Works on most pairs as well. I've tested it a lot on GJ. GJ, it works very well. Gold, it works well on, and oil works well on, and GBP USD also works pretty good. So yeah, hopefully that makes a bit of sense to you guys. Basically just increasing our risk to reward so we can survive longer in the markets. Basically that's what trading's about, trying to find the best risk. So I need to put this out on Discord. I haven't done that yet. Not Discord, Telegram. But anyone else, what's everyone doing today? Anyone looking at anything in particular? Wanted me to look at anything, go through anything? Hit me up. Do. Okay, guys, so we are still potentially looking at GBP USD here. We've still got a nice closure in this area. We've still got 12 minutes left of the candle, though, so until we get a closure of that candle, there's nothing for us to really look at. Might you trade UJ? I used to trade UJ, but I prefer GBP GJ instead. But let's have a look at USDJ. USJ. Okay. Actually, I say that. I had a trade on it the other day. Right here, in fact. When was this? This was on Friday. It was on Friday, you're right. I'm right, even. Let's have a look. This is, again, the same situation, right? We'll replay it so we can watch it. So basically what we had is breakout, okay, a nice closure. So then I was waiting for a price to continue to the upside. We then had a breakout of the high here, okay, and we go down to the 5-minute chart. We're going to find the candle which broke the high, which is this one here. I popped my stop loss below as we broke past, and that single candle just took us all the way to our first TP. Okay, and obviously our target is the normal 1-to-1. Okay, so we've got our 1-to-1 target there, which we would normally have just kept, but now we're going to cover our losses, bring our stop loss below the 5-minute candle which broke the high, which is this one here. We got pretty close. Okay, that new candle flipped down and then just rocketed up, and yeah, that was a super quick trade. It's like a 5-minute trade. Yo, what's going on, Best? Nice to see you, dude. Welcome back. Gold hitting a stop loss, then pumped. Yeah, I mean, gold is just a complete mess right now, to be honest. $1966. Yeah, thing is, though, you got to be conscious that the thing is we've had big news today. That's why we've got this crazy candle. Inflation news was positive, okay, because actually the inflation rate has gone down to 4%, I guess it is. Everything has gone down, which is a positive for the USD and will be a negative for gold, because gold is a inflation safe haven. So when inflation goes up, gold usually goes up. When inflation goes down, gold will usually go down. So be careful there. Hopefully it goes up for you guys. For you, hope that does be the case. But at the moment with this price action, it's looking mad. What's the 1-minute chart look like? But anything could happen. Anything could happen. Nothing is concrete, as we know. We're currently looking at GBP USD for a potential trade, purely because we've got this absolutely insane looking supply zone here. Obviously, as I said, GBP USD should be pretty strong right now, because inflation has gone down, and inflation in the UK is seemingly, I was speaking to someone today, is going up. So in fact, I think we got that tomorrow. Oh no, it's GDP tomorrow. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see with this, but this price action is so ugly, I just hate it. Welcome everyone to the stream. If you're new here, please give us a like, give us a follow, or subscribe, and check out the videos on the channel. We've got plenty of videos coming out, and also very, very, very soon we got our clothing coming out. Okay, we've got the Traders Club clothing, and I want to show you guys the back. I don't think anyone's seen this back yet. It's cool. Okay, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you got the little candlestick man. I'm gonna see as I turn around. Basically says, "Don't give up. Keep on going." Okay, I don't know if you can see that there, but pretty stoked with some of these designs, and they're going to be up on the website very soon. I think we got 4 t-shirt designs, 2 hoodie designs, 2 cap designs, and also, which I'm stoked about, got mouse pads. So it's a big mouse pad, and on it it has, if you've been on our website before, you know the slogan is "Patience is the game." It says "Patience is the game" on it. So they're coming out very soon. I've just got to figure out exactly the time. It might be that it comes out on Thursday or Friday this week, so keep an eye out for that. And whoever's in the Discord is going to get a discount code, obviously, because you guys are the boys and the girls. Yeah, I'll find the other one. I don't know where the other t-shirt's gone. Let me find the other t-shirt. Hold on. I had a load of clean washing down there. I can't find the other t-shirt because my fiance wore it yesterday and it's in the wash. But this is the hoodie. Got the InFX Traders Club Worldwide hoodie. This is also going to be coming out along with a few others. So there we go. Fun stuff. Basically, my goal with that is to make the coolest trading-inspired clothing brand there is. Haven't found any yet, and we're going to be the pioneers of it. And it's going to be looking sick. How do you join Discord? I'll throw the link in the channel for you right now. There you go, because if you click that, that should take you to the Discord. And then in there, you can come and hang out. We post each other's trades. I post some of my trades that I'd be taking. We've got more things being added as well. There will soon be a dedicated premium Discord. I was going to do that on Telegram, as some of you may remember, but I think Discord is going to be the better way for me to go. So that may come out soon, where every trade I take, I will post in there. But I will always post a few in the free sections as well. We've got a few sections in there where you can come chat, come hang out, show us your trades, and just be part of the community. Right, I'm actually going to post this on Instagram as well. Gold. Oh man, yeah, gold. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's a bit of a funny one. Like, there's no real clear direction for me at the moment. As obviously even this 30-minute candle is confused as anything. It's literally got the same wick each side. I hope it doesn't, dude. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. If you're not currently like completely out of your profit, like, don't just ride this trade, man. If you can cut your losses short, then cut them short. You know, protect your capital and protect that phase one and all you can. You know, you may just have to take that knock, but it'll be better than it going all the way to your full full stop loss. It's been a few times where I've just had to, like, you know, bite the bullet and be like, right, I'm wrong, and cut it short, and then I've been glad that I did. But at the end of the day, that is up to you what you do. Totally down to you. Right, GBP USD is still our favorite thing to look at right now. Amazing biggers. Hope you do well with that. Best. It does happen. You'll see on the challenge videos very soon. We go through. There's a couple of videos coming out where we take some pretty hefty losses. The next couple of videos, and then you know, we're back up now on the way, even higher than we have been in the past. So it's that up and down game. It's just what trading is. Yeah, but GBP USD is what we're looking at here. It's the best thing for us to potentially look for a trade. I'm not that happy about taking a trade after CPI, but we can see that this area is holding up. Price wants to stay in the zone. It doesn't really look like it wants to fly or close above the zone, which says to me that price is potentially going to continue to downside from this area. So let's see. I saw a video about a question about news from Osir Shabir. How do you tell if news is negative or positive? So if you got TradingView, I don't know if you've got to turn this on, but mine's always on. But if you look down the bottom here, you can see you've got these red circles. Okay, and this just shows me when we've got high impact news coming up. Okay, if I click on that, then I can see the forecast of the news. Okay, what it previously was when it last was announced last month, and then this figure will be empty until the news comes out, and then it will tell us, you know, what's happened. So the forecast for everything was correct, some a little bit more so. So obviously they were only forecasting 0.2% on inflation rate month on month, but it actually went to 0.1. Core inflation year on year went down by 0.2%, which was accurate, and then inflation rate year on year went down by quite a bit, 0.9 in fact. They were expecting 0.8 of a change, but 0.9 of a change happened. So yeah. Okay, so the 15-minute candle also closed in the zone. Okay, so there could be a chance for a 15-minute entry here, because if the next candle breaks the next candle's low, that could look for an entry for us. We've also potentially then got a fake out of this resistance area here. Okay, so obviously where the candle's closed on the 15-minute chart here, this would be a fake out of that resistance and also a reaction off the supply zone. So you still got some potential for an entry here, but we'll just have to wait and see. I hate gold. Yeah, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with gold, to be honest, especially when it comes to higher time frames and stuff. Sorry, supply and demand. It really does annoy me. Sometimes it's great, like there was a great opportunity today earlier, but yeah, the breakout strategy works best on gold for me. Breakout, fake out. But let's see. I just got to send an email quickly, excuse me. Okay, so that 15-minute candle on GU has closed, getting some bullish buyers, so we'll see what happens. Good show gold a breakout of supply and demand. I prefer gold breakout. Yeah, I prefer breakout than supply and demand for gold all day. Yeah, every time supply and demand works on gold, but it's not it's just not as consistent. Because at the end of the day, it's very different to currency. You know, it's a completely different asset. It's a commodity. At the end of the day, it's not a currency. So, although it used to be a currency, it's now a commodity. Okay, so obviously for the 30-minute entry, we'd have to wait for a 30-minute candle to break this candle's low. So for a 30-minute entry, you'd have to wait to see what this candle does to get the entry. A 15-minute entry, which is not a strong entry, and also this price action's looking quite bullish still. We'd have to see this candle break this candle's low with strong volume to potentially look for a trade here. I'm definitely not going in just yet. As I say, may not even get a trade this stream because of the news, but we'll just be patiently waiting. Thank you for the likes, guys. So we're at 7 likes. None of you guys are here. Thank you, guys. Just got to finish this email. Okay, getting volume to the upside here on GU. What have we got overall? Yeah, I have a feeling that gold GU may probably going to go sideways for quite a bit after that news, to be honest. But there is chance that we're going to continue to the upside, even though this supply zone looks beautiful. There is chance we could come up to this high cluster up here. What is the price of your signals? Currently, there is no free price. There's no price. It's currently free because I haven't got one set up, but I will be setting up one on our Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, go check it out. And I will be posting a premium channel in there where you can come and follow my trades. I'd rather say than calling them signals. But every time I live stream on here, if I take a trade, then you're more than welcome to take it at your own risk. But today it's unlikely we'll find one because news has been pretty hefty, and I tend not to trade after news because it is so high risk. Okay, Aussie USD is getting quite a bit of impulse going on right now. What's gold doing? Gold's looking good for you, Best. Hopefully he hasn't taken you out. Can you do some back tests at least a bit if you don't find good setups to enter? Love watching you back testing. Absolutely, yeah, we can do that. Yep, I'm sorry. The reason why I'm quiet at the moment, I'm just sending an email. I just get this done, and then I'm all you guys, and we will do some back testing. And what we're going to do some back testing on the breakout fake out strategy with the new risk parameters. Okay, so basically, I don't know if you guys have seen, but I posted something in our Discord the other day. Basically, just so you know that I've been working on a new risk management setup for the breakout and fake out strategy, which has been working very well. Which just basically gives us usually at least a 1 to 2. Sometimes I've even had as much as a 1 to 5 risk to reward with basically the same rules, but we just have a different stop loss placement for specific reasons. So get this email sent, and then I'm going to be doing that, and we'll probably do that on, I don't know what we'll do that on. I'll see what do you want me to backtest? What pair would you like me to backtest? Doesn't have to be on the list to the right here. It could be anything you want, and we'll give it a go. See how it works. Right, cool. Okay, so any pair. Euro USD. Okay, Mastery wants Euro USD. Then Euro USD is what you can have. So, or US, I just want to see the fake out breaker strategy with the new risk management. Yeah, alright, it's coming, Mate. Or US 30. US 30 works good. So we're going to do breakout, fake out strategy before we do supply and demand. As at the moment, this has become my favored strategy because it just works very well. So I'm going to get rid of all of our... That's interesting. Why have I lost my ICT? That's annoying. Right, ICT midnight. Lost my midnight thing for some reason. There it is. Is this the one? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys want to know, this is just basically what I use for the midnight session. Okay, so just I know where midnight is each day. It's currently set at 1 o'clock because we are in British summertime, but I know about roughly where midnight is, so then I know it. I can see how big a day is. So I'm going to take this off, and we're going to go up here, Also love the back test and fake out strategy. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go back. And we're going to go to... Where should we go? Go to April. Go to the beginning of April. That's March there. April is here. Wonderful. So let me just make sure that because we're on April... Okay. Went a little bit too far. Let's go back to here. I know that price is going to go down, but we want to still see if the new parameters work. We have got news on this day, which isn't until 10 o'clock. And I just want to check that I can go to the 5-minute chart at this area. Yes, I can. That's perfect. Right. So we got our zone here, okay, which is from 10 o'clock to 6:30. So this is literally it. We cut it perfectly there. Okay. So we got the low and the high of the Asia range. We then got the 7 o'clock candle that comes in with a strong selling area. No trade yet. We're going to wait to see if we get a breakout or a fake out. Now, obviously here we got the a close back into the zone. This doesn't mean that we enter the trade. Okay, I like to see a closure in the zone before we enter the trade. Okay. Now, what happened here is potentially we would have gone for a fake out strategy. Okay, because we had a close back in the zone. So let's be honest and say that we did take the closure. Now, in this situation, obviously we go for our 1-to-1, which is 14 pips either way. What we would usually do then is obviously we've now just lost 14 pips. So this is what I was trying to do, where I was trying to find a way that we can minimize the risk and maximize the upside. Okay, so if we go down to the 5-minute chart now, we can see that the candle which broke the 30-minute candle high is this one here. All right, so we had that big move, so we put our stop loss below there. All right, okay, and obviously we had that big spike up. Stop loss goes below there, so it's a 3.6 pip loss for a potential of a 14.1 pip gain. And then obviously we did go down there. Even though we did lose, we lost like not even a quarter of what we would have lost before, right? So that's gone from a 1-to-1 to a 3.92 risk to reward. So that's very good. So we go back to the hour chart and we'll see if we can get any more trades here. Now obviously we've now had a closure outside the zone. Okay, so now we had the closure outside the zone, we're going to go for a sell. Stop loss goes above the previous candle high first, and then we're going to get our TP of 22 pips. All right, and then usually that we'd leave our stop loss there, but for now we're going to come down, and then we're going to go to the candle which broke the low, which is this one here. Okay, so this was the lowest part of the previous 30-minute candle. So we're going to put our stop loss below this candle here for a 5.7 pip risk. Okay, and then our final TP is 22 pips. So this is again a 3.93% risk to reward. Sorry. So we'll go back to here, and then we'll play this out. Okay, we got roasted there, but we did get price pushed down. So usually in this situation now, because now I'm risking a little bit more, I like to put my I like to manage the trade down here a little bit more. This is the final TP of the trade. Okay, so we could have a 1-to-1 or we could have a 1-to-2. We did unfortunately get stopped out here, but again, even if we did get stopped out here and we hadn't brought our stop loss to break even, which after 50% we probably would have done anyway, in these two trades we've lost 5.7 and 3.6. Okay, now if we had kept this one at a 1-to-1, we would have lost twice the amount of what we've done on two trades. All right, so that's why it's like really important. We may have lost these two trades, let's say, and we didn't take any profit here, but we've lost less than what we would have done just on this one trade here. Gold, checking 1-minute break structure. I'll have to do that in a minute, dude, because we've just gone back in time to do some back testing. I will have a look at that. In fact, no, I can make a new. Let me get rid of some of these, and then I'll open a new tab so we can jump back in and have a look at things. Right. Right, this way we can go back and forth. Oh, we just got an alert. What was that on? What alert was that? USD. No, that was an old alert that's replaying for some reason. What did you say? Check gold on 1 minute. Breaker structure. Filled SVD2. Yeah, I mean, there's not much for me, to be honest, here to have a look at. Unfortunately, high-minded. It's not really looking too clear for me at the moment. Let's just have a look at GBP USD. Okay, so GBP USD is still giving us that nice looking price action. 15-minute chart. Hasn't given us an entry yet. So we'll have to see what's going on. Waiting for GU. Yeah, GU's looking pretty good. Obviously, there is a 5-minute entry, but I wouldn't risk the 5-minute entry because this is a higher time frame zone. So 15-minute entry is looking good. I'll put some alerts here so I know if price gets down here. We could also potentially look for a 30-minute entry after this one closes. So let's see. We'll keep an eye on this, but we'll go back to USD for some back testing. Okay, so we're going to keep moving on. We're going to have to go to the next day now. Like so. But do you see the value of that? I know that potentially we lost 2 trades there, although we definitely would have taken some profits at this point. The value of this is that we've lost less on the trade. Now, obviously, technically, if we kept our stop loss big on this one, we would have won. But we're losing less. And overall, from testing... Oh, we don't need that yet. We win bigger. Okay. Oh, it's amazing. So I see 14 of you guys here. 10 likes. Thank you very much. Our highest viewership so far on any live stream has been 16 concurrent viewers. So let's see if we get that. I think we just got an alert on GBP USD. Yes, we did. Haven't quite got the 15-minute entry just yet. There's a 15-minute entry. Okay, so I'm going to take this on my private account for you guys. Stop loss is going to go above the previous candle high. There we go. Got a closure below the zone. This isn't on my Forex funds account. This is on my private account. Yeah, because the supply and demand strategy is great, and I love it, and it's one that I will always use. But I just do the breakout and fake out strategy that I've been working on from the Asia highs and lows. Is been way more profitable, way more predictable, and with this new risk management situation that we're going through now on the other chart, it's very good. So I'm all set up here. Okay, 18 pip for our first TP. I've only put a half a lot size on, what I would normally do, because it is a 60 gone for a 2 lot. 2 lots or 2 trades. I'm going to keep risk fairly low on this one because we've had news, but everything's lined up. Okay, we've had a breakage structure from our supply zone. Okay, prices come in, obviously filled all the gaps because we've had a liquidity grab off the top. We then had price breaker candles low, and we're looking for price to continue to the downside. So I'm going to put an alert here, and we're going to go back to back testing because us just watching this isn't going to do anything. So we're in that trade. Let's see how it goes. All right, back to back testing. So we got the low here, the high here. We didn't have anything, any breakouts or anything yet. Okay, so we've had a breakout of the high here. We've also had a bit of that price action that we like, where we have that that candle close bearish, and then candle breaks above the high. Now normally I like to see this happen above the zone, but let's have a look, see if we would have taken this trade below the zone, if we would have won. 10 pips, not quite yet. Okay, then we go down to the 5 minute. Which candle broke the high? It's this candle here. Okay, so this is a 1.5 pip trade for a potential gain of 10.6 pips. Okay, so we already would have got up there, and to be honest, with the way I trade, probably would have already taken something. But let's see how this goes. Bang. There you go, guys. See the importance of this now? Now, we had this exact setup on Euro GBP earlier, which I showed you guys on Discord. Okay, and I actually took this one on the My Forex Funds Challenge videos, which is going to be coming out very soon. Still got a few videos before this one, but basically the same setup, right? We had a breakout. We had that bullish candle in this case, because price is coming down, closed below the zone. We then had this candle, respected this candle's high, broke out below the zone, so we entered. We actually entered a little bit higher because price pushed up. I then went down to the 5-minute chart and found the candle which did the break, which is this one here. Stop goes above that, and then we just melted down, and we took our first TP out relatively quickly, and then we got our final TP here, which I took out just before news, which I'm glad we did, because you can see price would have broken us even there. So it's exactly the same thing. Oh no, have I just lost our place because I'm an idiot? Yeah, I did. God's sake. Right. Hold on. We can find it back. Where were we? We were at the beginning of May, weren't we? So that's easy enough. No, beginning of April. Yeah, so that's... where are we? Yeah, so if I go here... Don't want to see what's going on too much. I like to... That's why I like to just go up there, so I don't see what happens with price. Okay, so we just play this forward to where we just were. Bang. Look at that. So yeah, same setup, right? Big bullish pressure, bearish candle, which respected this candle's low. This candle flipped down bearish, respected this candle's low. It's a great price action setup. We broke through, we went down to the 5-minute time frame, found the candle which did the break, which is this one. Gave us a 1.5 pip stop. Okay, and we had a 10.6 pip gain. So that is a 7 risk to reward ratio. So we're going from a 1-to-1 now to a potential of a 7 risk to reward ratio. If we lost this and price went down, we've lost 1.5 pips, but we gained 10.6 pips here. So in this case also, although I don't up my sizes too much, I can now up my lot sizes higher because I have a higher risk to reward. So if I'm risking, let's say, 0.5% or 1% on a trade here, that's a 10% gain, right? Because it just changed up the mood. Also, another quick one, even on the 5-minute chart here, we had a breakout here. Look at this, big push up, bearish candle. This next candle respected the high, we broke above. You could have entered here and you could have got the same trade. You wait for the candle to close to break out. Yeah, so basically, this is a bad example here because we're not breaking out. This is just a price action trade which I've taken. So let's basically, I wait for a candle to close outside to then potentially give me an entry for a breakout. So let's go for the breakout trade here. We had the breakout. Okay, we've got traffic up ahead, although we've got resistance here, so it's not always the best. Okay, price then what am I doing? Then what I do is wait for this candle to get its high broken, right here. Stop loss goes below the previous candle low for 19 pips. Then we aim for our 1-to-1, and then at that point we go down to the lower time frame. We find the candle that did the break, which is this one here. Oh, for God's sake. Which is this one here. Okay, and then we'll look to see what price does. This may be a loser, but let's see. No way, really. Oh, my TP is still going, but we're still in the trade. That's nice. Come on, baby. I appreciate the shout out, guys. This is looking good. Not going to do anything just yet. How's the 30-minute doing? That 30-minute candle is giving us a nice, it's giving us a 3-line strike. Okay, we've got 3 white candles. The body is going to potentially close below. This is looking good. It's looking good. Okay, going back to EURUSD, we'll let that run. Let's see how this plays out. Bang! That's what I'm talking about, okay? See that? We went from a 19 pip stop to a 7.6 pip stop with a 2.5% risk to reward. Okay, same strategy. All I've worked out after some long nights of looking at and how I can figure this out is moving that stop to the 5-minute candle. Okay, once you get to that 5-minute candle, you've you're minimizing the risk massively. Okay, so we've got 2 trades there that run beautifully. That's all right, dude. You could have doesn't matter how much you have on. All right, you just have on what works for you. I've only put a small amount on this one because it's a high risk trade. Although it matches all our rules, because of news, it's kind of it's a high risk trade for me. So I've only put half the amount I would normally put in on this situation. Right, this song always comes up and I hate it, so it can go. Okay, let's go back. We're getting some pullback now, but that's okay. We'll just let this thing run. I am going to set an alert actually if we get to, and guys, let me know if we get up to towards, I've done it again, haven't I? Lost our place on Euro. Right. Good. There it is. Right, where did we go? Just here. Okay. Two is not too big for my account. It's risking 2.5% of my account. Yeah. So it's all relevant to your account size, right? So it doesn't matter. Don't listen to someone else's sort of lot size. You got to work that out for yourself. Make sure you're only risking what you can risk. Okay, 60 decided to take a higher risk trade with 2.5%, which is fine. And you know, obviously, if it does get down to his first EP, then he's laughing. But you just want to take you know what suits your account the best, and don't over risk, because then you'll stress yourself out. That's why I don't even have to look at the chart right now. I'm not bothered about it. If I do lose, it is what it is. You know, I'll just let you guys tell me what's happening, and I'll go back in a minute and see what's going on. You hit your first EP already? Yeah, fair one. On the 15-minute though, for me, the entry was here, so we still got a little way for first EP because stop loss was above the high here. You don't modify anything on the Asian rays indicator. You may need to change the time zones on it. I had to change it on me because if you look at it, it currently says it's at midnight and 9 o'clock when actually it shows as 10 o'clock and 6:30. Haven't really able to figure it out, but just sort of make it so you got to work out when the Asia range is in your time zone as well. For me, it's 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So I'm not sure where you are in the world, biggest, but find out when the Asia range starts and when the Asia range begins. Ah, fair enough, dude. Well, that's GBP USD going up to near break even. That's all right. Okay, let's continue here. All right. Bottom of which rig? Did you enter on the 15-minute break, or did you look for the? Oh, well, doesn't matter. Whatever. So interesting. We could potentially have a push up now, but that's fine. So as long as this 30-minute candle closes like this, I'm very happy. Okay, because then we could get the next 30-minute candle push up, flip bearish, break out the lows, then we get another entry, and it's all looking good. Anyway, let's go back to this. So we go to the next day now. Hopefully some of you can see that. And when do you move your SL to break even? Yo, Prem, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining again. I move it when either we hit our first TP and take 80%, or when I feel that I want to close in the profit, usually after 50% of the trade has been moved. Okay, so once we get beyond 50%, usually bring stop loss to break even then. Yeah. What time frames are you on so that we can set our same jobs? So I'm on, obviously I'm in London, I live in the middle of London, so I'm on UTC +1 on the London time frame. So that will give you the timings then, but you can, if you find out what time the Asia range finishes for you in your time zone, then you can just put it to your own time zone. It's totally up to you. But in the UK on GMT, it's 10 a.m. Sorry, keep saying that, 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. or that's the zone that I use for this strategy. Okay, so we're on USD again, and we have our low here, and we have our high here. So let's see what price decides to do today. Now, just looking at overall trend, we've got a breaker structure here. Okay, reacting off a higher supply zone. Okay, you can see we probably took out all the fair value gaps up here. Prices then pushed down. So to the downside could work out, although we've got a bit of resistance here below the breakout, so we'd have to see what happens. We've got a demand zone here, which created a big push up. So let's see what we get. Okay, didn't want to break out. Okay, so no trade for me yet. When something like this happens, I don't really trade a... If it breaks above this high, I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to wait for something to happen out the side of either one of those lines. Okay. Okay, would have been a good trade, to be fair. If we had taken this, we would have got our first TP. But yeah, not for me, because we didn't get a breakout or a fake out there. It was just a reaction. Okay, now we've got a strong breakout. Also broken out of a previous Asia range as well. What's the next candle going to do? Oh, nice. So there you go. Easy. Okay, so we've got this potential for the situation we had the other day. We had a nice bullish move up, a bearish candle which closed above the zone, and actually has just closed just above, basically just above the previous day's Asia highs as well. So let's see what happens next. Okay, so the candle didn't respect this candle didn't respect this candle's low, so potentially this is now still no trade for me yet, to be honest. It's not looking too healthy. No. So really the best option we had here was this trade here, but for me it's never as good, because then we've obviously got resistance here, so we may have not got our 1-to-1. We may have turned around from here, so this might be a no trade day on Euro. Okay, we're closing back into the zone now. Okay. Let's, for testing purposes, say we took this trade that closed back into the zone. Okay, a 19 pip first TP. Now that would make that our TP is actually a breakout below the lows. Okay, so let's go to the 5-minute. We're going to find that candle that did the break, which is this one here. This one here. Okay, you can see this is the one that gave the volume to break out the low. So now we have a 5 pip risk and a potential 19 pip gain. There we go, we lost that. Yeah, so I didn't really like the look of that. Wasn't the cleanest setup, because we already had a big move out. I usually, for a fake out, want to see price maybe have 1 or 2 candles, either break out and fake back, close straight back in, or have a breakout, another candle, and then come back in. After we've had all this, it kind of gets a little bit messy. So, but that's what we're testing for, to see why it wouldn't work. Okay, so would have had a push down again, but we didn't get to our first TP. Ended up breaking out strongly from the zone, off this demand zone. Actually, there's a bit of a demand zone here. We also got news here as well. So news was jobs openings, which has pushed price up dramatically. So we're going to go to the next day. Oh, went a little bit quick there. So we got low here. This is a messy day. Yeah, so this is super messy for me. Nothing yet. This candle for me doesn't count as a break of a low. We'd have to just basically just see how price reacts. Okay, so that's potentially, that counts as a breakout, and we've got all this clean traffic here, okay, from that news from the day before. So my bias here would be to the downside. There we go. We got our closure here. So this closure was fine, but we didn't get a break of a low, even though we did potentially have that little one there. Not good enough for me. Okay, I want to see a good closure, and this doesn't have a bottom wick either. Price is just pushed straight up. Okay, so we got our break here. Stop loss would be above the previous candle high. First TP is going to be down here. And then what we're going to do, bring our 5 minute, look for that 5 minute candle that broke the low. Okay, and actually in this situation, it is this one here. Okay, but you could, if you wanted to be risky at this point, you could even bring it to this point, right? But let's bring it above here because that is actually the candle that did it, and just see how this plays out. Not very well, so that's fine. But remember, the whole reason is with this strat is if you had taken this trade with a 1-to-1, instead of losing 6 pips, you would have lost 9 pips. Okay, or even more than that. No, 9 pips, 8.8 pips. Okay, this is a super messy day anyway. This is not the nicest looking day for trading this pair. Right, now we've got a bit of proper volume in. Oh, we've got balance of trade news. Oh, no wonder. So again, gonna stay clear of this. Too much news. Let's go to the next day. Now remember, when I'm usually trading this though, we're just testing one pair here. I'll be looking at all of the pairs to the right hand side here to see which one gives me the best opportunity. So obviously on this day, I wouldn't have been trading Euro because it's just looking absolutely nasty. Stop loss hit on GU. That's awesome. Let's have a look. Oh, not quite yet for me, but it's definitely looking that way. But it's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. Now, what's interesting is we do have a supply zone here. This 5 minute supply zone created this move down, broken a little bit of this structure here. Could have a reaction. Let's see. Got a fair value gap here on the 1 minute. Okay, so let's see what we get. Still going to stay in the trade. I'm not worried about it if I lose. We have no bottom wick on this candle either, so there could be a chance that this does flip bearish because this is a new 30-minute candle. Still got 25 minutes on this candle, so yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm still in the trade. Right, where are we at? Going back to here. Okay, so the interesting thing we have here is we got a supply zone at the top of the Asia range. Okay, this supply zone pushed price down, broke structure to the left. So let's see what happens when we get up there. Absolutely destroy that supply zone. Okay, with a nice breakout. We are at a higher time frame demand zone, as you can see here. So what's the next candle do? Okay, so this is a potential fake out situation. This is the type of fake out I like to see, potentially. Okay, where we have a push up. This candle respects this candle's high, and then we close back in the zone. So the trade would look something like this if we're going to take it. The next candle would have to break this candle's low, and then we'd look for a trade like that. So let's see what it does. That's exactly what it does. Okay, so we're going to go here, here. We're going to work out our first TP, which is going to be 10 pips for our 1-to-1. Go down to the 5 minute. Look for the candle that does the break. Okay, which is this candle here. So we're going to pop it there. Now in this situation there could have been a loss here, looking at it, because this is the candle that does the break here, this white one. Now if you put your stop loss super tight, then we could have had a push down, pull up, and then a losing trade there. But hey, that's obviously gone in the right direction. Okay, you could also, in this situation, which I've done a few times, is just put it, if the candle is pushed down here and you're in profit, put it above the previous candle's high if the 5 minute has already been sort of covered, right? But this could have been a loss here if you had your stop loss here, but it's only a 4.2 pip loss. What if you would put your stop loss at 10 minute candle? Now that's definitely, you could do that. There's no reason why you couldn't do that. I've never looked at the 10 minute chart, but you could try that. You could definitely back test that, Mate. Yeah, you could definitely try the 10 minute candle if you like, but that's obviously going to give you a larger stop again. So So yeah, see how that goes for you if you want to test that out. There we go, got a nice bearish move down on this 30-minute candle on GU now. So still in the trade. Right, where are we at? Okay, let's see what happens next. Okay, so if the next candle breaks this candle's high, now we've broken out on top of this resistance, we could look for a potential trade. I know a larger stop loss, but sometimes on the 5-minute, the stop loss is too tight. True, but then you've got to remember that if you're getting a higher win rate with the 5-minute with a smaller stop loss, and you're losing from time to time, you're losing so little. Like if your next trade is a 1 to 7, you've made that loss up and 6 units on top of that. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts, like how often you're going to get a good trade. Okay, right, let's go on to the next day and see what's going on there. I'll have a look at oil in a sec. Because if you remember though, like if although we had a pretty rough day here and a rough day here, we had an amazing day here and where was it? Here and here. Okay, so that it does balance out. And from testing, I haven't tested Euro USD much, but GBP USD, oil and gold, it works very well because volume's high usually at this time for those pairs. Okay, what are we gonna get? Anything? Okay, potential breakout here. We've had a pull back up, but we have got clean traffic below. What's the next candle do? No entry yet. No entry yet. There's a fake out entry there. So obviously after this candle had no volume, so I didn't want to enter on this candle. But that's not a fake out. Well, it is, because although we closed outside, we broke outside, this candle has no volume, right? This is a blue candle, this is a blue candle, there's no volume here. So you could have potentially entered here and it would have been a losing trade, but for me, when I see a blue candle like that, after this candle, which has had already a large wick pushing up, showing rejection, then there's no trade here, okay? You need to have some clean price action, and this is just, there's no volume to the downside here, and there's more volume to the upside. Then, of course, you get that fake out with the close back in the zone. And then let's have a look then. Let's go down to the 5-minute again. Okay, so this is the candle here with a really close stop. Again, so it's a 1.1 to a 6. This is a 4 risk to reward. Basically hit our first EP already. If we don't get it, I'll be very surprised. Oh my god, maybe I am going to be surprised. Yeah, well, anyway, we probably would have taken our first TP up there. Because you don't always have to go to your first TP, right? Thank you for the 12 likes, guys. Really appreciate it. Right, your first TP is a target, but it doesn't mean you have to follow that to gospel. If you're up here and you're like, well, I'm nearly there and I like it and this candle's just closed, take your money, all right? You don't always have to, like, take your TPs as gospel, all right? Obviously, it's great when it goes that way, but there's been lots of times like this, for example, where you just got to take your money, man. You have a good trade on AU? Okay, we can have a look at AU. GU's still doing its thing. Good demand with gap. Not seeing the demand with gap. Is this on a higher time frame? Demand here. Is that what you mean? This large demand zone? This is a large demand zone. It's massive. Sorry, supply zone. This is a supply zone. Go to 30-minute. You talking about this area here? I'm not too sure what you're talking about there. Let's go to oil real quick. Supply, sorry. Oh yeah, oil. See, oil's a beautiful trade today. Oil's got some volume right now. 15-minute oil. Supply zone on the left there. Is that what you're looking at? Life of the party. Oh, be right back, guys. Just go get my phone charger. Let's have a look. So, and then closes back in the zone. Then it breaks the candle high and continues to the downside. I'm unsure whether this is going to hold. You know, I think that maybe this may hold. Volume's looking large right now. I'll come back to this in a sec. I have a question. Sometimes the price wick below the zone, the price wicks below the zone, let's say, and then closes back in the zone, then it breaks the candle high, but it continues to the downside. Now this is where you just got to understand that not every time every setup is going to be perfect. Like you're going to get trades which just don't work out. Like you have trades on supply and demand that don't work out. Sometimes price action is never a certain one or the other. You've just got to try and filter out the noise on different pairs and find the one that's cleanest. Okay, so you just got to find the edge, all right, and find which one works the best. Now this is obviously the edge that works for me. Okay, this is a winning trade for me. I probably would have taken this this profit because we got so close to our final TP. All right, and then we had a huge breakout there because of news, and yeah, that could have been a nice entry there if we were quick enough to catch that. So for example, again here, breakout to you. Then we wait for a price to break below the zone. Stop loss above there, 6.5. Okay, now you can see there's high volume here, and then obviously stop loss will go above there. So it's a 3.2 pip stop, a 1 to 2 risk to reward, and obviously if you ran your, well, this is so big you probably would have just got absolutely shot down here anyway. Nice biggest, that's nice, dude. Well done. Like it. Okay, that 30-minute candle's given us a nice top wick. Still got half the time left. I'd like to see it flip bearish. If it does, I'm going to set an alert so I know that, and then we can still see price push to the downside. Okay, where are we? Right, we go for one more day on EU, and then we'll try. I know that Mastery wanted to try it on US 30. US 30 is an interesting one, so we'll try that. So let's go to the next day, final day. What day is this? Yeah, it's a Friday anyway. It's a good place to stop. Yeah, so remember when you're testing this on, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs. I don't look at all of it. 8 pairs I look at in the mornings for this strategy. And obviously if Euro's not looking clean or looking a bit messy and something else is looking better, then I'm going to be trading a different pair. So, okay, so this is a nice fake out. Is it a fake out? Oh no, this is a 630 candle. Sorry, my bad. That's the low there. So it's not a fake out. All right, so potential. This is an example of where even though we didn't get a breakout or fake out, a trade would be valid because again, you notice we get this 3 candle setup quite a lot. We've got a bullish move, bearish closure, okay, and then this candle respects the low and breaks the high. So let's see what happens if we would have spotted this. Okay, stop loss below the low, 1 to 1. Let's find that 5-minute candle that did the break. It's this one here. So it's a 2.1. So we got a 1 to 3 risk to reward here. Bang. Lovely. Okay. Why do you mark the candle closure and not the wick of the range? Because if I'm looking at the 30-minute closures, that's where the resistance is, right? You may have had price push down, but the closures are the most important part of the candle. Okay, they are that's what starts and finishes the story of the candle. The wicks are just kind of like what happens in between. Now, that's why I like to keep it on the 30-minute chart mostly. So I'm just trading one time frame. I'm trading one type of zone, because obviously if we go down to the 5-minute, then my zones change. And before, when I first started playing with the strategy and creating it, it would give me false information that I didn't really want. So I just stay on the 30-minute, sometimes go on the 15-minute, and then I know where the closures are and where the real support and resistance is. Wicks are interesting, but usually they are just a sign of, you know, liquidity grab or something like that. So I always mark them out on the closures of the candles, and it's what I found has worked best. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so potential for a breakout here as well. Okay, so this could be potentially the same price action as we had down here on the 30-minute. We've got to move up. We've got a bearish candle with a nice big bottom wick closing above the high. All right, so if the next candle can respect this candle's low and break above this high, then that's a valid entry for us. It didn't do that. Okay, we took out the low, so that setup is now invalid. All right, having a break above again, probably not going to take this trade. Good. All right, potentially could take a sell trade here if we break the low, but after having this trade already, I probably wouldn't be trading EU again today. Okay, glad we didn't do it. There we go. Right, so that's it basically. Okay, we had a great little trade there. You can see that moving the stop does help. Sometimes it can be a hindrance, but in the long run, because remember, trading is a long run thing. You know, if you can win more trades with a higher risk to reward than losing, then you're going to be profitable in the long run. And at the end of the day, trading is a marathon, not a sprint. You just want to keep building those wins, keep building, rather than being like, oh, I've just lost that one there. You know, this would have been a great trade with only a 3.2 risk. Okay, this was a great trade and we only had a 1.5 point risk. This is a great trade. We only had 2.1 risk, rather than a 6.1, a 18.1. Sorry, not 18. It would have been like up here somewhere, like whatever. So it's a change for the long run, which makes things more profitable over time. Okay, right. Let's go to US 30. Do the same thing. US 30 just didn't give us a nice setup actually. Broke the low there. Would have been a bit of a dodgy one. Right, let's go back to last week and let's do Monday of last week. How's GU doing? Still hovering around break even-ish. Okay. So interesting, we've got a gap below here, avoid in price. They usually like to get filled in, so let's see if price wants to do that. Wow, big consolidation day there. Not a single trade on US 30 because we're already on to the next day, which is interesting. Wait, how are we on? Yeah, we are. Look at EU real quick. Yeah. What's going on? What do you want to look at? Potential for a reaction off here, which would give us a bit of a loss on GU, because usually EU and GU will do relatively the same thing. for demand. Yeah, this is obviously a demand area, big strong one. I found that sometimes though, when it's a news demand, it doesn't always hold up as good as say like something here. Like you can see this demand zone here. This was lovely and it continued up. Sometimes when it's just one big candle like this, it doesn't always hold up as well. But I'll leave that up to you guys. If we go down to the 1 minute chart, see we've got no real fair value gaps. We don't know what's going on in this wick. So I personally wouldn't touch this. It may work out, but I wouldn't don't be forcing any trades at the moment. What do you count as a fake out more exactly? Yep. All right. So a fake out is when price has a closure outside the zone. Okay. Haven't got one yet. Haven't got one yet. This is a strong resistance for the US 30. Right, there's a breakout. No, it's not. It's not a breakout because we haven't actually got to 630 yet. Hold on. Right, check out that void there. Right. That there. That there. So a fake out would be, this doesn't count as a fake out. It might be on the lower time frames, but because I only really trade a 30-minute chart, okay, it doesn't count as a fake out for me. A fake out is when you get a closure outside the zone. I don't know if we're ever going to get one. Oh my god. Right, this is the big bullish closure outside the zone. If the next candle then closed back inside the zone, that's a fake out. Okay. So let's see what price does now. It needs to close below the candle closure. No, so let's see if we can find a good day to give you an example. Save me just waiting for it to happen. Right. What are we going to get here? So this is a breakout currently. Okay. Now obviously we're not going to trade now until either the next candle breaks the low or closes back inside the zone. If it closes back inside the zone, then we're going to wait for the next candle to see what happens. Okay, so this is a fake out here. All right. You had a close outside the zone. You had a really low volume candle, and then price closed back inside the zone. We faked out of the lows. Okay, so sellers would have come in here, and then we took them out with a fake and closed back in zone. How to use fixed range volume indicator? Yeah, can do that for you in a second. Well, I'll do that now. Okay, got it up here. Fixed range volume indicator. Mine's been edited, but basically you draw it in to wherever you want to find the price from. Okay, so normally you draw it in from the high of the move to the low, and we can see that the highest volume area is here, which could give us a selling reaction because here is the most orders in the move. All right, you can see that where there's a gap, there's a void in volume. So yeah, I can do a whole video on that one day if you want. I do use it from time to time, although you guys don't see it very often. There you go. So that's a fake out trade there. I think we probably would have maybe got stopped out there though with our, but we haven't made it to our first TP yet. What we're going to get the same. Okay, US 30 is not really giving us too many opportunities. Okay. Okay, this is a nice fake out here. Okay, we closed outside the zone. The next candle respected the high, and we've closed back inside the zone. So currently, this is looking like a fake out. So if the next candle breaks this low, then we could look to fill the range. Okay, there we go. We've broken out the low there. Ooh, got busted straight back up. Let's draw one in anyway for the lols. So our stop loss above the high, that would have changed that. So it's a 2.6 risk to reward. We're probably going to get stopped out though. Yeah. Yeah, US 30 is just pretty ugly to be honest in the mornings. It is because usually it's traded in the New York session, so London is not the biggest volume time for it. You can see that usually the volume comes in after sort of 12, 1 o'clock. This area here, large volume. Then after 1 o'clock here, the volume comes in. So let's do one more day, see what we get, and then we'll do some other stuff. What's GU looking like? Not good by the looks of it. Not bad. Right, let's get rid of some of these lines. Play on to the next day. Boom. Okay, I went a bit too quick there. I haven't really looked at what happened. Obviously, I know the price goes up, but that's fine. Okay, so what we had here, this is going to be obviously going to be nice. We saw it run up, but we had a nice big voluminous push up. We had a big wick which flipped bullish, closing outside the zone. So the next candle, if it breaks the candle's high, then we'll go for a trade, which we did get. Okay, so we're going to put our stop loss below the zone, and then we're going to go up here like so. Hey Rad, I'll have a look at that in a sec. Then we'll find the candle that did the break at the high, which is going to be this candle here. So we've got a 7.2 pip stop for a potential of a 33 pip gain. What's going to happen? Oh la la, didn't get stopped out. Oh. What a roller coaster that was. Okay, so we wouldn't have got stopped out. Okay, we had our stop loss below that zone there, which is great. Price came down a couple times, and then we just rocketed up. I probably put my stop just a touch too close there, to be fair. I normally would like to have it like about that gap clearance, just to give it some breathing room in case we get some equal lows, which we didn't get. There we go, winning trade. Would have been an absolute roller coaster, but we did get a winning trade there. We've got a speech. Okay, let's have a look at FX Street then, see what's going on. Okay, we've got Governor Bailey speech. Okay, so that's why new GBP is just going sideways at the moment. It's waiting for the announcement of that. This is looking good though, currently. What time's the speech supposed to be? In 2 minutes, like right now at 3 o'clock. Okay, so it depends. So when there's a speech, it depends on whether the news outlets and other people that need to know have already got the speech and know what it's going to be, or sometimes they don't do that and then it happens after the speech is finished and then the market reacts after that. So it depends on what's happening. It's Bank of England Governor Bailey's speech, probably going to be talking about inflation. Let's have a look. Governor Bailey's speech. I think I spelled that wrong there. Okay, I can see that we're now pushing into some profit on GU, which is nice. Not much to say what's going on. Okay, the speech has begun. No massive change in price just yet. I'm kind of confused how to set up my Asia range because I am at GMT +2. Okay, so if you're at GMT +2, or is it down the bottom, does it say UTC +2? I'm out with some little profit. I can't take the risk on news. Fair enough, dude. Don't take the risk, man. This might not have a huge effect, this speech, but we'll see. Clearly, they don't have the news prior to the speech because otherwise stuff would have gone crazy by now. UTC +3 at the bottom. Okay, so if you're +3, I'm +2. So you need to have yours set at midnight and 8:30 your time. So midnight and 8:30 will be the Asia range for your time zone. because for me it's 10 and 6:30. Obviously you're plus 2 hours ahead, so you'll be midnight and 8:30. Okay, we're getting some nice volume to the downside now. Maybe the speech is certainly helping us. But we're not out of the woods yet. Still got to get down to our first TP, or at least very close, before we think about taking any profit. Now in this situation, what I could do is bring my stop loss above this high here now. This 5 minute, this is for the 5 minute that broke the low. I could have my stop right there. Or I could bring my stop here now for sure to limit the risk. I'm just figuring out what I want to do. Might be bad luck, but you never know. You may have done the right thing. You never, you know, sometimes that happens. I've had that so many times where I've been like, nah, don't like the look of this, it's not looking good. Close it out, and then bang, just like destroys your first TP and whatever else. Bearing spaces. Alright, be right back. Well, I'm still here, I've just got to listen to this voice message.
Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Don't got you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't got you slipping now. 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 This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Don't got you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Don't got you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Don't got you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Don't got you slipping now.
It's my friend telling me about his car mods he's just done. Right, so another good example here that we got on the 30-minute chart for US 30 is obviously we had the breakout trade here, which was a roller coaster, but it did work out in our favor. We then have again that similar setup that we like to see, a bullish breakout. We had a bearish candle which closed bearish, above the zone. We then had a candle respected the candle's low and then broke the candle's high. So if we were to go for an entry here, stop loss below there to find our first TP, obviously you can see we would have got that. Okay, then we go down to the 5-minute chart to find the candle that broke the high, which is this one here. So we got a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and we smashed it out. Okay, so that's it basically, right? Although you're risking a little, there's a higher risk of you getting stopped out at this level. In the long run, we've just got a 4.3 risk to reward there. And if we did come out here and then we found this other trade, we've got another 4.1 risk to reward, or 4.05 risk to reward. Okay, so we need to now lose with a 1 to 4 risk to reward 8 trades in a row to come back to break even. So that's why this was a real big key thing for me, was to try and increase the risk to reward on this strategy, and therefore in the long run will be even more profitable than a 1-to-1, which could potentially, you know, just be doing this a lot, which I did find it was doing. Although it was more profitable than not, I found that some days I would just either be break even or whatever else, whereas now, you know, I'm cutting my losses quick, letting my runners run, and so far it's been working very well. Right, anyone up to anything interesting this week? Anyone got any sports games they're going to? Anything fun? Anyone do any skateboarding, surfing, whatever? Still in this GU trade. It's taking its time. Speech is still going on, I guess. Actually, the speech was at 2 o'clock. The speech was at 2 o'clock, not 3 o'clock. So it was an hour ago. Apparently. Calisthenics? Oh, nice, Mate. I like that. Yeah, man, I like calisthenics. Like handstands and pull-ups and stuff. I can ride my skateboard in my hands. Don't know if I've shown you that. Right, do you risk percent or risk certain amounts? Risk percent. So, obviously at the moment with the My Forex Funds challenge, because we've got a $5,000 account, I'm risking between 0.5% or 1%. What time is the Asia range break for you? So the Asia range finishes for me, or my analysis begins after 6:30 a.m. GMT. This is such ugly price action. I hate it. But the zone is so strong that I'm happy to stay in this trade. For me, it's at 5 and I can't wake up. That's the issue with trading sometimes, dude, is like, but remember, if it's at 5 a.m, you don't have to be at the charts then. You can basically wait, for example, bugger. Let me just go back to the trades we were just on for US 30. Where was that? Where the hell was that? Here. Okay, so this trade, let's say if you're at 5 or 5:30 an hour before, like this setup happened at 7:30, this setup happened at 8:30. So it doesn't always have to be like right as on a certain time. It's not a certain time thing. It's just an area that we're looking for. Usually though, for me, the 7 o'clock candle is the one that does the breakout, because it's when London kicks into gear. Everyone starts, ramping up. Oh my god, that was so loud. Sorry guys if that was loud for you. That is USD shift. Great trade the other day. Yeah, so I was looking at USD shift earlier because we had this is the lows here, okay, and then we had a nice push up. We had this bearish candle. I was waiting for this candle to potentially break this high for a potential continuation, but we didn't get that, so we're gonna leave it there. I've got a phone call coming, so I'm just gonna mute myself for a sec. I did calisthenics too, but now I'm bodybuilder. Nice, man. Calisthenics are fun. Super fun. Super fun. Right, GU's coming down again a little bit. There's not much going on now. I'm probably going to look to end the stream in sort of like 10-15 minutes because I got to head out in about an hour. I need to grab some food. I haven't actually eaten anything today yet. Been on a bit of a fasting day, which has been good. But I do appreciate all you guys coming into the stream and being here for so long. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully you're getting some value from this. Okay, another quick example right here of this setup. I'm not going just yet. I'll be going in a minute. The Asia range means the whole Tokyo session. Correct. Correct. Yeah, no, so 10 p.m. for me is when New York shuts down. The Asia session begins. And then it's primarily the Asia session, and also like Frankfurt and Australia. Sydney comes into that play as well. And then 7 o'clock is when London, this candle here, this huge candle here, this is London opening. Okay, it's not the London Stock Exchange open, but it's just London just waking up. I guess the Stock Exchange is opening, but it's not the main open. And then it moves on from there. Another example, okay, this setup just keeps appearing, right? Big move up, bearish candle with a big wick, respect the candle's low, bang. Okay, it happens a lot. This is the sort of stuff you've got to be looking for. Just real simple price action that repeats itself over and over. Okay, another nice example here of a breakout. So we got the 630 candle here. Alright, and then AU breaks out and closes here. Okay, so we're going to draw in. Let's cut time so we can play this out for you guys. Okay, we had a breakout of this high, so we get an entry on just as we break the low there. Sorry, the high there. Stop below the previous candle low, which is 22 pips. So our target is 22 pips. We're going to go down to the 5-minute candle, see which one breaks the low. So it's this one here. So we'll have it just below there. 5.5 pips for a potential 22 pip gain. This is a 1-to-4 ratio again. I'm going to let this play. Boom. Look at that. Okay, so we weren't over risking. We had a 5.5 pip risk and a 22 pip, 21.9 pip risk to reward. Oh, sorry, TP, which is a 1-to-4 risk to reward. So you can see it does happen a lot because this is a big voluminous candle, right? So price is unlikely going to want to return around on that. So that's a nice trade, that. And that's all you need, right? If you can just find one of those a day, that's all you need. You know, if you're risking 1% here, you just gain 4% on your account there. You know, if you've got a $100,000 account on a prop firm, that's $4 grand, guys. You're done. Right? You're done for the day. You don't need to trade all day. You know, over trading is a big thing that I, in the past, had to battle with when I was trading with smaller sums of money, because like you just want to make more money, so you want to feel like you have to trade more. But if you pass your challenge with either in a $50 or a $10,000, you know, if you have a $10,000 account and you made 4% on that trade, that's $400 in the day. You're done. Get off the charts, go and enjoy yourself, you know. You're finito. If this was $100,000 trade, or even if this was a $50,000 account, you risk 1% down here, you gain 4%. That's a $2 grand day. With your profit split of 85%, it's a off the top of my head, $1,750 day. You know. See you later. And also, if you risked 1% here and you gain 4% here, that's halfway to phase 1, which is why we're now implementing this more on our challenge, because we're gonna, you know, look to get to that phase 1 a bit quicker. We had a bit of a drawdown in the next 2 videos, but then the next 2 videos after that, we're back up and we're at the highest we've been yet. But I won't tell you whereabouts we are yet, but we're looking good. And also, this $5,000 one is more so you guys can see the accessibility of my Forex funds. I will be doing a $50,000 one on the next series. So I may even start that before I finish the $5,000 one, because I really want to just pass a $50,000. I haven't actually done that. And I've always traded my own capital, but now that this my Forex funds is working so good that I'm going to yeah, obviously the content's great, everyone enjoys it, and obviously it will benefit me to get a $50,000 account. I'm 17. I started trading when I was 16. I'm using 5,000 funded now. I'm gonna take 10,000 funded account, I think. Awesome, man. It's good for you. Yeah, I started trading when I was 23. I'm 31 now. 31 now. Crazy. Right, so let's have a quick look at GU, and then after that, I'm probably going to end the stream. I've got to go get some food. My tummy is rumbling. We're not getting too much volume here. As I said, it was likely we were going to go sideways for a bit after this move. Price is a little bit indecision. Nice, Mate. Nice. Yeah, you guys are all starting very young. See, when I was 15, 16, this was just not a thing. Like, it wasn't accessible for us. But for you guys, it's great that you can trade now at that age. You know, it's a great thing to learn early. I was probably one of the first adopters of my friends to do it, like 8 years ago. In fact, I was. No one even knew about it. You know, I didn't even know back then that it was so accessible, and it was only just becoming more accessible for retail traders back then. Like, you'd have to be quite either in a bank or in a trading institution to trade properly 10 years ago. But now it's so accessible, obviously, and it's become more popular with crypto. Crypto's popularized it a lot. It has made a lot of people think that they are traders when they're not, and I know a lot of people have lost money because they just got overconfident. You got to stick it in the long run. You got to take this thing seriously. You got to treat it like a business. Okay, you got to, you know, this is why, like, it's important to continually evolve. Like, for example, the change on, because this strategy, this breakout Asia strategy, I don't see anyone else on the internet trading it. Now, people do trade the breakout fake out strategy on different supply and demand, support and resistance areas. But the specific one with the Asia range, and then now with the change of the stop loss, that is a completely unique strategy, which I'm giving to you guys for free, which I appreciate you guys being here. You know, I will still evolve the strategy where I can, but now, you know, I've gone through the whole phases of using the indicators, using oscillators, whatever, and then now it's just price action. All we use are blue boxes and white lines, and then this weird thing which just tells us how time's going, you know, and that's all you need, because at the end of the day, this is what's happening, not what's an oscillator and whatever else isn't what's happening. So yeah, I appreciate you guys too. I know, I really appreciate the support, appreciate all the likes, appreciate all the subscriptions, comments, and you guys chatting in the Discord. You know, if you've got any friends that are interested in trading, get them to join the Discord. There's going to be a lot more stuff going on. And don't forget, just a quick one, we got the clothing coming out this week, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to give you guys a discount code. It will ship worldwide, so no matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to grab yourself a piece and support the movement. So we've got the Traders Club edition t-shirts. I'll show you this one again. We got on the back, we've got "Don't give up, you got this." Okay, I don't know if you can see that with the little stick man there. And all of these designs are designed by me. I've made them all. They're all unique, that I've done in the evenings, and there's going to be loads more to come. All right, so I think I'm going to leave the trade there. Thanks for today. I've learned good from, you're very welcome. I'm glad about that. Discord link, yeah, throw that up for you right now. There you go. There you go. Appreciate you, man. We're gonna have all different sizes, and yeah, I'm basically gonna put a timer up on the website very soon. I'll obviously let you guys know in the Discord first when the timer starts and when they'll be launching, and then look forward to seeing your reaction then. But anyway, I think I'm gonna leave the stream there, guys. It's been a good stream today. I think I don't even know how long we've been streaming for, actually. Couple of hours or something like that, which is awesome. So, as you might always learning from. Thank you very much, dude. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to edit a video this afternoon to get it up for you guys either today or tomorrow morning on the next part of the My Forex Funds Challenge. And I've got a few other bits and bobs planned too. So thanks for joining. Have a great day. Good luck with your trading. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.